Will the new trigger on my HW100 improve my grouping skills? Welcome back to the channel. Right, so I've been excited for this for a while now. My HW100, I didn't realise that it had a really sloppy trigger. Adam pointed that out to me on our day at the Dutchy Shooting Association. So Bryn very kindly took it back in. He went to work on it and he's improved the trigger no end, but I haven't had a chance to shoot it yet. So I'm quite keen to see whether or not the new trigger is going to make any difference whatsoever towards my grouping abilities. There's also been a massive facelift on the rifle since you last saw it. I don't think just whipping it out in front of the camera is the right thing to do. So I'm gonna put it in the sun. Put it somewhere nice so you can get a proper good look at it. Let's have a look. Right, fingers crossed I managed to do it some justice with that little bit there. But this is, look at it. It's a Mark Sanderson gun stock, and I will put a link to his Facebook page. I contacted him to say about the stock, to tell him that I had it, sent him some pictures, and he said that it's actually one of his very early ones. He does some really good stuff. Anybody interested in the Black Wolf, by the way, go and have a look on his Facebook page. I think it was within a couple of days of the Black Wolf being released, he'd already done a custom gun stock for it, but look at that. It's absolutely brilliant, but that's not what we're here for today. This was just vanity, pure vanity. What I want to do today is I'm going to show you a little bit about the trigger. So the trigger, it's got a tiny first stage now, and then, so the first stage, and then it's just off. So before it was, the blade was all the way at the back of the trigger guard. So, first stage. I mean, there's still loads and loads that I can adjust on it as well, but for today I'm just going to go with that. Yes, a massive, massive, massive thank you to Bryn at Celtic Guns as well for sorting that out for me. I've put a target up at 50, I've put a target up at 35, and I'm going to zero at I think I'm going to try and zero at 35 today. I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot more Springer action on this channel if you are interested in that sort of thing, because I've had my interest has been piqued with the HW97. I've got a tuning kit on the way. The TBT tuning kit is actually on the way. So once that's here, I'm going to make another video with the HW97, maybe do a before and after the tuning kit. I don't know. I absolutely loved shooting that rifle, and didn't expect to like it as much as I did. So it's definitely going to be back on the channel a fair bit. I'm going to go and put a camera up at 35, and yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to do that. Right, I've whacked the lights on now. I was so excited I didn't even put the bloody lights on. Right, so I put a camera up at 35. I usually zero at 25, but my plan with this rifle is to go a bit further. For the up close stuff, for the ratting and things like that, I'm definitely going to still use my MPO2, which is coming back on the channel in the next couple of videos. I've adjusted the hammer spring on that myself. I'll tell you all about that at a later date, but I'm really pleased with the MPO2. I can't wait to start using it on the channel again. Stop waffling, Adam. This stock, I just absolutely love it. It's got an adjustable cheek piece, adjustable butt pad. The grip on it is just so meaty and good. So the top right hand target, there's already a hole there, like you can see. Make sure I'm getting some consistency before I start messing around with the sights. The trigger is way more responsive. This is going to be like learning all over again. I've got to be completely truthful. I'm used to like pulling it nearly all the way back, but this is very, very, like that's the first stage. And if I went a little bit, yeah. If I went a little tiny bit more, it's off. It's sheared. Okay, if I take these off, they're off. So put myself, from a beginner's perspective, I didn't know this. And this is probably people who shoot all the time who've been massive, 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 great support to me since I've been doing this channel. But they're probably going to laugh at me now. But I had absolutely no idea. The way to zero your rifle is to put it where you need it to be, put it where you've been aiming, which you can't see it now, but now I am bang on the centre ball for the top right target. Have a look and see to where the pellets were actually going. and adjust to there. Now this seems like really simple stuff to people who shoot all the time. I have no idea. I just literally, I shoot and go, oh, I need a bit of that, I need a bit of that. And it's just like, then it goes over, then it goes under. But so let's see whether or not this has got me any closer to the bull. Oh my God. See, these are the times that I don't even cut it out. I probably should, because I make myself look like a right knob. But I'm not gonna, it's gonna stay in. Absolutely not the pellets, they are same hole in it now. Ooh. Right. So let's go to the target next to it now. First stage. Would you Adam and bleeding Eve it? You don't want to watch me load this, so clever edit this. Right, so that's loaded. Done. See, that's the beauty of editing, is you don't have to sit and watch. Let's go again. First stage. Right, for the eagle-eyed amongst you, all the lessons that I'd learned with Adam, I just put out the window. I was too excited about trying to shoot groups with my brand new rifle stock anyway, and threw it all out the window. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to make a conscious effort to put everything into practice that I've been learning. This is where my learning to group starts, I suppose. I mean, I've learned the fundamentals. Now I have to try to dial it all in. That's the whole point of this channel. So rather than just losing my patience, getting too carried away, thinking that I can run before I can walk, I just need to take a minute to chill, have a little look here, have a look at the left-hand target and get myself comfortable on it. First stage. I think we can all agree that was pretty good. That was good. I'm very happy with that. One went slightly to the left, but I mean, look at what's gone before. This is all about, it is all about staying robotic and keeping it the same. Keep it the same all the time. And to be honest, I'm going to hammer the 35 for a minute. I want to be able to drill this again from a beginner's perspective. It's what's called a shot cycle. How everything is done needs to be exactly the same to get those to go through the same freaking hole every single time. I'm absolutely chuffed as a puffin, one might say. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my barrel a clean and get back to you. See you in a sec. Right, so the barrel's clean. I've put one magazine through it just to see what was going on. I've reset the targets as well. I've put loads of practice targets around. Now, for those of you who watch my channel often, you'll know that I mostly shoot 25 meters and then I go straight to the 50. I'm going to hammer the 35 today, just because I want to get a better idea of this shot cycle. Like I said earlier on, I just need to get good at this. Although some of the groups, my groups are getting better, for me personally, they're just not good enough. I want to get really good. So I've got a lot to learn, haven't I? Now I know what you're thinking, is he going to make us watch as he shoots 8 of those splatter targets? No, I'm not going to. I used them for practice and then I moved on to that paper one. But I tried to put into practice everything that I had learned. The first stage, wait, break and hold. That's basically what I was doing on each of those targets. With varying degrees of success, granted, but, you know, progress. I've finished all the practice targets now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight onto the paper target. Then I'm going to move out further, because otherwise I could just keep doing this all day, and I'd happily do that. But I do need to see whether or not this is all laying, sinking in for me. So I'm going to go for the centre ball first of all on the paper target. One of the things I've never taken into account as well is skirt sizes. People ask me about skirt sizes all the time, and I didn't realise that there were so many different types of, so many different skirt sizes. 4.52 on these. Right, corner dots. So there it is. Now the reason that I've done this like this today, just to give you an insight as to where my mind is at the moment, is I need to make some benchmarks for whether or not I'm making improvements. Now I think 100%, if you've been watching my channel from the start, you'll know that I definitely am making improvements. That's way better than anything else I have been able to achieve at 35 meters to date. Partly down to the trigger, partly down to the lesson with Adam, partly down to just composing myself and getting my head around it, and partly down to just practice and trigger time. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get that target, because I'm going to keep hold of that one. I'll probably take a photo of the whole entire shebang on my phone so I've got a record of the date. I'm going to do the same at 50 meters now, but I'm not going to bore you all with all of the practice targets. We'll go straight on to the paper target once I've done that. So right, so I've just put a magazine into, there are, let's have a look here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those splatter targets. Actually 9 of them, I missed the top one for some reason, but varying degrees of success, I'll admit that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go onto the paper target now, much the same as the 35 with the 5 dots on it, and I'm going to put 5 shots into each dot. So 25 shots, obviously I'll rattle through them so it'll be a little bit quicker for you guys. That way I can keep this video as a sort of reminder as to where I am at this stage, and keep an eye on my progress, if that makes any sense, because that is the whole point of this, is to learn to get better. This video is going to be the start of that journey. I hate saying journey, but you know what I mean. Right, let's check air a minute. Okay. 25 shots, top target, let's go. This is 50 meters, by the way. If anybody's watched any of my other videos, I'm all over the show at 50 meters. So yeah, let's just do it. I can honestly say, yes! I hope that camera picked that up well enough. 2 seconds. Right. Okay. Right, so I had some flyers, I had some bits going all over the show. Some of it might have been me, some of it might have not. Maybe a bit of wind, I don't really care. That is bloody brilliant. I am over the moon with that. I'm absolutely stoked, as the surfers would say. Bearing in mind where I've come from, bearing in mind that it looked like a shotgun had hit it when I started doing this. The trigger setup is absolutely brilliant now. I know that I could probably do some adjustments on it, but I actually really like the trigger as it is. Oh, you can't see the splatter target on that. I had one spare splatter target left and the camera won't be able to pick that up. Straight in the ball that was. Right, yes! That's for me, this is the culmination of dialing kit in, dialing your brain in, dialing everything in, just getting everything sorted. I mean, I'm not going to pat myself on the back too hard, but that's bloody good. That's not too far off the 35 meter groups. Is it? Is it? No. That's good, isn't it? Leave it in the comments if that's, I mean, that might be average to a lot of other people, but that's 50 meters. That's actual 50 meters. In fact, let's go and have a look. I'm going to take you with me. Let's go with it. Oh, look at this. Look. That's proper buzzy, that is. I don't really take this camera with me often, but got more of a reason to today. I feel like it's almost like a celebration. It's weird. Right, so this is my 35 meter groups. That's, ignore all of these. I mean, they're still not even that bad, but that's 35 meters. That's not bad. And you go all the way up here. Right, so, sorry about the sun, but look at it from my perspective, right? I got into this with a view to shooting animals better, just as being better at shooting animals. And as it's progressed, I've tried to get better at shooting in general. That, given what's gone before, is phenomenal. That's a phenomenal leap forward. So I'm very, very happy with that. That's made my day. Some of those groups are, I mean, that's a thumbnail group. Ignore that one. I've had some flyers, I have had some, but those there, look, that's not bad. But those in the centre, like, that's, I don't know what to say. Like, it's probably boring for everybody else, but make sure that was recording. To make sure that camera was recording. Might not be that big a thing, they're like, but come on, that's good, isn't it? That's a lot better than it's gone before. That's all I'm going to say. I'm glad that I did this today. I had some other ideas for some different videos I wanted to do, but I just wanted to play with HW100 with the new stock on it and just have a go and see what the crack was. But yeah, so absolutely buzzing with that. And there we go. So I wasn't even going to bother with a question at the start of this video. I was just going to go straight into it and go, look at the new stock and everything. But the question I did ask was, will the new trigger setup improve my groups? Now I can only say, yeah. I've taken exactly the same things that I learned in the last video and struggled to get groups. And it's, as Adam was saying, a lot of that could be down to the trigger. If you have a look at the trigger now, so you've got, right, so now you've got, I'll do it from the other side. I'll try to do it from the other side. So now we've got first stage there, and it's a definite stop, which wasn't the same on my last trigger. The last time it went all the way back, and yeah, it was really, really sloppy. So now we've got first stage, broke. And that, there are other adjustments I can make. There's other things I can do, but I'm actually really happy with that. Maybe in the future I'll adjust it when I get a little bit more, you know, but wow. Yeah, buzzing with that. That's really cool. So basically, yeah, that's this video done. This is my Weihrauch HW100 with its new, brand new stock on it, and brand new trigger setup, trigger mechanism, and yeah, shooting groups. I do apologise for talking down to you, by the way, because I've actually forgot my other tripod, so you're on a handheld one at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to leave that video there. That's that one done. That's it. That's all I wanted to do today. I didn't even know if I was going to be, I didn't know whether or not I was going to go to 50. I thought maybe I'll just keep hammering the 35 until I get good at it. And then I thought, you know what, sod it, I was going to go to 50. And I'm glad I did, because that's given me a great benchmark now to push towards tightening those groups up even more. I think that the rifle's brilliant. I maybe might try a few different pellets even. I don't know. But I'm happy with that. So I'm going to just, instead of waffling for this ending, I'm just going to say, thanks very much for watching this. Thanks massively for Darren at D-Range for letting me come back and do this again. And thank you to Bryn at Celtic Guns for sorting me out with the new trigger. And to the guy with the stock, you know who you are. I told you I wouldn't say anything, but I won't. But thanks for watching. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Like and subscribe if you want. If you don't. It's fine. It's your YouTube. Do what you like. Take care. See you in the next video. And yeah, buzz in. See you later. Cheers then. Bye.